Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 24 updates and spoilers. Hope you're having a great Saturday so far. Our house guest of the day is my fiance Sean. Yay! Thank you so much for not running for the hills when you saw how deeply involved I am with watching this show. I really appreciate that and I love you. So like Michael, I'm gonna kiss my ring. Mwah, and that means I'm thinking of you. Okay. So if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a holla. Or if you're related to me or anything like that. So all right. I also want to thank our super chatters from yesterday before we get going, because that's another fantastic way to support our channel. So Norm the Cat, Randall Westgard, Mary Ellen Ludwig, Nina Sosa, Arjun Wrights, Vajrath, Shane Wright, Kristen Leach, Madison Piles, and Robo Ethereum. Thank you all so much for your super chats. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's get started, right? Thank you all so much for being here. When we left off yesterday, the table was pretty much set for the week, right? They've already done a lot of the nuts and bolts for this week, right? And now it's all about campaigning because they wanted to get the veto competition in on Sunday's episode. So they had to get it going so that they could work on that edit. So Taylor's the HOH. She nominated Turner and Brittany. And both Turner and Brittany have been claiming that they voted to keep Taylor last week. They are claiming they were the one vote to keep Taylor last week. So somebody's lying. Obviously, we know it was Brittany lying because she voted for Alyssa to stay. She was hoping that Turner would throw Alyssa a sympathy vote. Or that maybe he was lying to her and he was planning on voting for Alyssa to stay that whole time. But whatever. Brittany wanted Alyssa to stay. So everybody knows in that house that Brittany is lying. They are trusting Turner over Brittany, and they are correct. But the house guests already played the final POV competition, and we saw that Monty won the power veto. So he has guaranteed his spot in the final three along with Taylor. He will be the sole vote to evict this week. He's got a big decision to make, and he's already told Turner that he will be keeping him this week. He's saying it wouldn't feel right to evict him, but like honestly, it also just makes more sense for Monty's game to keep Turner over Brittany, because Taylor and Turner would both take Monty to the final two if they were to win the final HOH competition. But if Monty were to keep Brittany and Taylor would take each other to the final two. Monty would have to win his way there himself. So it definitely makes more sense for Monty to keep Turner around. And I feel like if it was Monty and Turner in the final two, I think Monty would have the jury votes over Turner. It might be close. I'm not really sure. I don't really know, because they both played a huge part in taking out Michael. They both have that on their resumes. But I feel like Monty's jury management edges out Turner's. Turner has not had great jury management. But anyway, Taylor really wants Brittany to stay this week. She's been talking about going to the end with Brittany for so long. She knows that is her best chance to win. And of course, Taylor knows if it's Monty, Brittany, and her in the final three, Brittany and Monty would both pick her to go to the final two. So Taylor keeps telling Brittany, like, I'm going to work my magic on Monty to get him to keep you. Don't worry. Like, don't do anything crazy this week. I don't see Taylor convincing Monty. I know these two have been hooking up this week, but I just don't see Monty changing his mind on this. I mean, you never know, but I'm not really saying it. Monty told the cameras yesterday that he's going to listen to everyone's pitches this week, but he's keeping Turner no matter what, because that is the most logical move for his game. So that means we've got a long week ahead of pitches that aren't going to go anywhere. Oh, okay, well, anyway, yesterday afternoon, Taylor and Turner have a chat in the HOH room, and Turner was talking about how Brittany had asked him a few minutes before, like, how are you doing just on a personal level? Because, you know, Turner was very upset when he found out that Brittany was trying to blame her vote on him and say that Turner was the one who voted out Taylor when that is not the truth. So Turner was really annoyed about that she's asking, how are you doing on a personal level? And Turner says, Brittany is the reason that I was going through it before. She made me feel like that. And I just have to mention, I saw this tweet, I think it was yesterday, about how now Monty and Taylor are like the mom and dad, and Turner is like their little kid who busts into the HOH room, like upset and crying because a girl was mean to him or something. It made me laugh. And it kind of does seem like that. But anyway, Turner says he's doing much better now. He's in a much better headspace. It's all good. I'm sure it helps Turner, like knowing that Brittany did not win this veto. But Taylor says, thank God Monty pulled out that POV win. And Turner's like, yeah, for sure. Like HOH and veto, both people in our final three, right? Our final three. So Turner says Monty hasn't really told him yet what he's going to do. That's a lie. Monty has very clearly told Turner already that he will be voting to keep him, but they have not revealed that to Taylor yet. Monty wants to try and convince Taylor that Turner should be the one to stay, because Monty was all like, oh, I want to do what you want, Taylor, but also like, this is what I want, and I'm going to try to make you want the same thing. So anyway, Turner says he fully trusts Monty is going to do the thing they've been trying to do, get Brittany out of here, get the three of us to the final three. And he says, I don't think Monty would feel good about keeping Brittany here with like the way that she's played and everything. So Taylor's like, Turner, I don't think you have to worry. You're going to be fine. And Turner's like, yeah, I'm not going to stress. I have shown my character to Monty these past few months. Brittany has as well. And Taylor's like, the shade. So then Taylor says, I do struggle a bit with the fact that this whole season and before this season, even like during casting, I was saying all along that I just wanted to help the women in the game, get really far with the other women in the game. And now I'm going to probably be like severing my ties with Brittany and moving forward with two men. So Taylor tells Turner, like, listen, I struggle with this, but I don't want you to think that I'm wavering on you going to the final three with us. So Turner says, no, I get it. I know that you've been close to Brittany for a long time. And I get that it's especially tough to send out your best friend on your own HOH. I mean, Turner's got some experience with this. He had to send out Kyle on his own HOH, and that was a whole messy situation, but they were very close. So if there was any other situation, like it wouldn't be Kyle leaving on Turner's HOH, right? So Turner says, Taylor, if you can vouch for me to Monty, I would really, really appreciate that. And he's asking Taylor, should I campaign this week? And Taylor's like, nah, don't worry about it. So then they talk about how much fun it's going to be next week when it's going to be the two of them and Monty. They're the only ones left. They can just hang out. Turner's going to be third wheeling it with mom and dad. But Turner says, I really hope that you feel good with me going to the end with you guys. And Taylor admits straight up, she's kind of scared of Turner in the end. He's made some really big moves. He's won 3 HOHs, and Turner's like, no, I'm not really like that big of a threat in this game. Sir. He took out Amira, Kyle, Michael, Amira, Kyle, and Michael. 3 humongous players this season. He's got a really nice resume, but Turner is downplaying it. He's like, I only have one more competition win than you do. So it's not a big deal. But Turner is also saying, if it makes you feel any better, I have the worst jury management in the house. You do not have to be scared of me. And he's going through all these people like, I'm not going to have this person's vote, this person, this person, this person. And Taylor's like, I see what you're saying, but also you're going to be able to make a really good argument to the jury. You have made a lot of game direction changing moves, which is true. Like his moves really changed the whole vibe of the game pretty much like every time, which is wild. He really does have a fantastic resume. Oh my God. So anyway, Later, the house guests got video messages from home, and we didn't get to see the videos. I'm sure we'll see those on the next episode or the one after. I don't know. But we did get to see the house guests crying after, and it seems like it hit them pretty hard. I'm glad that they got to hear from their families. Yay, family. Okay, so Taylor and Brittany have a chat on the hammock, and Taylor's like, man, I just really need to get to the end, and I have to get you there too, Brittany. And Taylor tells Brittany, I'm working on it. You know, she doesn't want to bombard Monty all at once, right? Especially when Monty is just like enjoying the fact that he won. He's going to be going to the final three. So she's taking her time here. But Brittany asks, what does your gut say, honestly? Like, what do you think? And Taylor says, my gut says, if I cry, beg, and plead for Monty to keep you, that he will. Oh my god. Not the cry, beg, and plead. So she hasn't been doing that yet, but we'll see if she actually does try that approach. And Brittany's like, really? Why would he bring someone he doesn't trust to the final three? Brittany is just not seeing it. It doesn't make sense. I gotta agree with Brittany here. It really doesn't make sense for Monty to keep Brittany moving forward. Yeah. So anyway, Taylor, though, is still holding out hope that she can make it happen. So a little later, Taylor and Monty are chatting by the hammock, and Taylor says, all right, I was talking to Turner earlier, and I asked him if he has a final two with you. And Turner said no. Come on. Obviously, he's not going to admit to that. But Turner asks Monty, sorry, I keep mixing up Taylor and Turner. It's super annoying. Taylor asks Monty, is Turner lying? And Monty says, not really. Turner has tried to hint at or imply like we have a final two, but it was never anything official. That's a lie. They definitely have a final two, but sure. Monty tells Taylor, you already know where I stand. Because the last few days, Monty has been telling Taylor that he would like to go to the final two with her. Now, we don't know how serious he is about that, but then Monty is asking Taylor, like, do we have a final two? Like, what's the deal? And it's very much like a what are we conversation, like let's define the relationship, but in Big Brother, not real life. So they both say that they would pick each other to go to the end. Would Monty though? I think Taylor would pick Monty if her other option was Turner. You know, Taylor would definitely prefer to go to the end with Monty than Turner. But I don't know that I trust that Monty would pick Taylor over Turner. So Taylor suggests maybe we shouldn't call it like an official final two out loud. So if we're asked about it, we can still deny it, right? And we won't be lying our butts off. You're still lying your butts off. But Monty says, yeah, very true. Let's do that. Okay. In other news, Brittany had her social media mogul moment yesterday. I'm talking about when Frankie Grande revealed that his sister is Ariana Grande. And this one was not as extreme, but Brittany revealed to each of the house guests one at a time that she is actually a clinical hypnotherapist. And everyone was like, cool. They all seem to agree it checks out, right? I mean, she was really good at her guided meditations throughout the season. She did all of her, like, just her meditating, all that. So they're like, okay, cool. She's trying to clear the air because she still got the bad vibes from when Michael was evicted and he told everybody Brittany's lying about everything, including what she does for her job, blah, blah, blah. So she's trying to get somewhere with that. All right. Today, Monty revealed his own secret. He let everybody know that he has a background in mechanical engineering. He's not just a personal trainer. So that's cool. Everybody seemed into that as well. We'll see what other secrets come out over the next few days. I'm curious if Monty and Taylor will reveal their showmance at any point. I honestly think they should just keep it a secret because you don't need that getting out there too soon. So I would say keep it under wraps until the very end if you can. But anyway, that's that. There hasn't been anything too crazy happening. Brittany was talking to Taylor today about maybe things that she could say to Monty to try and convince him to keep her. And I think her argument was basically like, if you keep me around, you have a better shot at winning this whole thing because you're going to have a much easier chance of beating me in the competitions than Turner. And even if Turner does take you to the end, she's saying you're not going to win. Turner is going to beat you. So I think that's the pitch that she's working on right now, but she has not presented that to Monty yet. I think Taylor was basically telling her, like, let's wait it out a little bit. Like, let's, we got plenty of time to work on this, so let's not do this too soon. But yeah, there are 5 days left until I'm assuming the eviction. I'm not the eviction, the POV ceremony. Oh, hello. Usually at Final Four, hello, they do the POV ceremony and the eviction in the same night. And I'm guessing this will be the same situation. So it's just like a long stretch of days with nothing going on. So as of now, Brittany will be leaving on Thursday. But you never know what could happen, right? Okay, so I want to thank all of our super chatters today because you're all amazing and we really appreciate it. So, Laura G, thank you so much as always. Mary Ellen Ludwig, thank you so much. Norm the Cat, thank you so much. Holly M, thank you so much for the super chat. Kristen Leach, thank you so much for your super chat. Arjun writes, thank you. And Arjun says, thank you. Right back at you. Sean Davis, thank you so much for the super chat. And Sean says, Taylor has the perfect underdog story and could possibly win no matter who she sits next to. Brittany may be annoying, but she put in work this season. I will agree that Brittany put in work this season. I also think that she made more work for herself at times with all the spiraling and everything, even in the first week when she was backstage. And let's be real, Brittany also benefited a lot from her close alliance with Michael and him winning all those competitions. But, I do feel like she put in work this season. It wasn't like she was just coasting along, and she even won a few competitions too. But I think that Taylor is going to have a lot of fans in the jury house who will be impressed that she made it all the way to the end if she can get to the final two. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Dane Thomas, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Kenny D, thank you so much. And so generous. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And Kenny says, Monty better evict Brittany. I'm pretty sure he's going to. I mean, I don't see him changing his mind on this. It would have to be some wild pitch to get him to change his mind on this.
I think he shouldn't.
What?
If he was smart.
Should not what?
Evict Brittany.
Why? What is your...
Because...
What's your pitch?
My pitch is if he took Brittany to the end, he would win.
I think he'd prefer to take Taylor, though.
Would he win against Taylor? I don't know.
I think he feels he would.
But would he?
I don't know that he would. I think Taylor's got a lot of...
haters?
People... Well, I was going to say a lot of people rooting for her in the jury. I think she would have a really good shot at beating Monty.
Yeah, I'm saying he should take Brittany.
Yeah.
If he wants you to win.
Well, you were asking, like, does he think he could beat Taylor? I think he feels he could.
Yeah.
But I don't know that he would. I think that Taylor would beat him.
I don't know. Interesting.
I'd have to look at the jury lineup and,
Yeah.
Go through all that. But
well, you have a couple of minutes tonight. Maybe you could do that.
No. We'll do that tomorrow or Monday. I don't have it prepared. I don't want to just do random crap
tonight after when you're laying.
I'm watching the new Lord of the Rings episode tonight. I got other plans, but no, we can do a jury breakdown at some point and see who we think people will vote for.
Oh, you mean you don't do this 24 hours a day?
No. Kevin Charles, thank you so much for the super chat. And Kevin says you should listen to Burna Boy last. Yeah, I saw that Monty got Burna Boy for his HOH music last time, and I'm not really familiar with him, but I would definitely give him a listen because I always love hearing new music. So thanks for the suggestion. But anyway, that's where we're at for today. We'll see if anything interesting happens for the rest of this weekend. We will be back tomorrow night for
Yeah.
our episode recap, and then our next spoiler will be on Monday afternoon. So we hope to see you all there
I
for all
wish
of
you
that.
could see what we're seeing right now.
Boey's doing tiny bites. Tiny bites. I love when dogs do that. Oh, we got another Kevin Charles. Woo! Kevin, thank you. And Kevin says, House of the Dragon is fire right now. Yeah, I've only seen the first episode, and I really need to catch up on
I'm
that.
going to say,
No, not for you.
Not for me.
I've fallen behind, but I really liked the first episode, even though it was heartbreaking. But I will be catching up on that as well. So now I have time to watch other things now that the season is winding down. So
Woohoo!
hope you all have a great Saturday night. We will see you all tomorrow evening. And
SATURDAY.
night. Yeah. So until next time, much love. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Good night. Bye.